My name is Alex Rushmer. I'm the chef owner here at Vanderlyle restaurant in Cambridge, UK. Vanderlyle is a vegetable-focused, plant-forward, relaxed fine dining restaurant. Today I'm going to be showing you a salad with probably about 23 ingredients, locally produced, locally sourced. I adore the salad dish. It's not a dish that's on the menu all through the year, but we try and feature it certainly for about 8 months of the year when the produce is available. Because I'm able to source so many ingredients from local suppliers and only having 10 courses, I think it's really important to be able to showcase as many of those as possible. And I found the salad is the best way to do that. Almost all of it is from within about 5 miles of the restaurant. Some of it's from my back garden at home. And it changes on a daily basis as well, and that's what's really exciting as a chef, is to be able to come into the kitchen in the morning and not necessarily know what's going to be on the salad. But yeah, we just build it to order during service, and I'll go through it. So we always start with a mayonnaise base. It's a plant-based mayonnaise. This is saffron, and I really like using saffron for this because it has this sort of floral quality, but it also has a bitterness to it as well. And as a sort of anchor point, especially with a lot of vegetables and things that have high notes, there's a little bit of acidity to the dish. Having this saffron base with some bitterness to it, I think just adds a little bit of interest to the whole dish. We're going to build it in a pastry ring as well, just to add some structure and get a little bit of height to it. We'll start with some wild asparagus right in the bottom. So wild asparagus is a little bit sweeter. It looks different. It tastes really different, and it's something that people aren't familiar with. So the flavour is kind of expected, but also a little bit unusual. And then we'll go in with some locally grown cucumbers. This is a variety called Thumbelina. This is grown for us by Flourish Produce, who are about 8 miles away from the restaurant. And people are used to cucumber being quite a bland, almost just a texture sometimes in terms of what it brings to a dish and what it brings to a salad. So to be able to showcase a cucumber that has tons of flavour is really cool. So generally we start with the heavier ingredients, and that allows us to build the salad up, get some height to it, get some interest to it, and it means that the eating process is more interesting as well, because as you work your way through the salad, you get a progression of flavours and textures through the whole thing. This is just a dice of some French breakfast radish, slightly spicy, a little bit of heat. Definitely peppery. We have some little matchsticks of turnip. This is a variety called hakurei. And these have been salted overnight. So they've had some of the moisture drawn out of them. Changes the texture slightly and seasons it. And then it's a bit of a free-for-all, really. White asparagus. This isn't in season at the moment, but we had a load come into the kitchen about 3-4 weeks ago. Now, it's been lacto fermented. That brings acidity and also some salt. Also fermented, this is from earlier in the year. This is radicchio, locally grown. This is an Italian bitter leaf. And after this goes through the fermentation process, it has a sort of slightly, really savoury, really umami quality. Salty, but also it does something similar to what bacon would do in a salad, or pancetta. So it has that slight smokiness to it. Chicory, white chicory, raw, but it's compressed. So we put it in ice water through the vac pack machine. That changes the texture, makes it really crispy, and it gives this incredible sort of slightly translucent see-through quality. These are the sort of architectural leaves that allow us to build the salad up. These are the tops of the broad beans. So before broad beans are ready, the farm that we used takes the tops off, and we wanted to find a way to use these. have a slight sweetness. They taste a little bit like broad beans, but also a little bit grassy, really, really fresh. At this stage, I'm going to add a touch of dressing. This is a dressing of smoked hazelnuts, been lightly toasted, mixed with smoked rapeseed oil and sherry vinegar. Very, very light touch on this. I'm not going to add any salt at this stage because of the fermented elements. They are bringing the salinity and the seasoning at this stage. Next up, a couple of things that I picked in the garden this morning. This is called purple frills. I love the way this looks. And also the flavor is sensational. It has, I think, a slightly lactic flavor. And this is a variety of rocket, super peppery. This, along with the radish, brings a little bit of heat to the dish. Texture is really important as well, so we're going to add a little bit more texture. This is kohlrabi. Let's tuck that in there. Building up flavor, we're going to add some herbaceous elements. This is fennel. The very top of the fennel plant, so it has that incredible aniseed quality. We're really late in the asparagus season as well, but we've let the asparagus plants grow and they've produced these incredible little shoots. So another asparagus element to go in. More herbs, this time red vein sorrel, which again gives acidity, has a slightly lemony flavour. And a tiny bit of yarrow. It's quite bitter. This is fig leaf. Figs aren't in season just yet. We're a little bit early in the year, but the leaves have an amazing flavour. We're going to finish up with some flowers. A couple of flowers from the allium family. This is chive and this is nigella. Take off a couple of the petals. I think colour is really important as well. It's a nice surprise when you eat one of these and all of a sudden you have this taste of chives. This is rocket. And we'll finish up with some sage. Sage flower. So this is always the stressful bit. Taking the ring off. Tidy up any loose bits that have fallen away. And we finish again with a little bit of the hazelnut and smoked oil dressing, sherry vinegar. Some extra texture with the hazelnuts. So that's our seasonal salad. About 24, 25 ingredients, very indicative of what we do at the restaurant. And people see it on the menu and they think, okay, salad of seasonal local produce, okay. And everyone thinks they know what a salad is and what a salad looks like. And suddenly they're presented with this, this composition that is complex, that is fun, that is interesting, and contains elements that they haven't tried or tasted before. Various different sauces and dressings, fermented items, cooked items, pickled items, raw items. I think it's a really good representation of what the kitchen is aiming to do here at Vanderlyle.